this world so cruel?
Horatio, sir, why are you so upset? The world isn't cruel. Hamlet was a madman, and this was his destiny.
My poor friend, almost a brother to me. He did not deserve this death. I hear what people are saying about him, that he was a madman. This is not true, I tell you. Don't you believe me?
I did not know Sir Hamlet well, so it's hard for me to say. From what I did see of him around the palace, I would declare that he was mad, and expected response from all that he was put through. Look, here comes the doctor.
Excuse me, but I can't help but overhear the discussion about Hamlet. May I voice my opinion? Come, let's take a stroll away from this sad grave. I fear it is inappropriate in an occasion such as this, but I paid my respects and I feel Hamlet's madness needs to be discussed.
Mad, you say? My good man, I tell you, my dear friend Hamlet was not mad. You talk of insanity, of madness, but you have no reason. Give me reason.
Horatio, boy, have you forgotten who I am? I have a place of status. I have seen the behaviors of Hamlet, and as the doctor of the palace, I am able to give a diagnosis. You may not like what I have to say, but you can't deny my word's validity.
I cannot promise such a thing. After all of the chaos that has occurred lately, I do not trust any man's word. Still, doctor, you have presented logic behind your accusations of madness. What say you?
Men, do not quibble. Let us not be accusatory without fact. Doctor, have you anything to say?
I do. I have many theories on the reason behind Sir Hamlet's insanity. Some of my colleagues have reason to believe Hamlet became mad after a certain incident. We do not know what this incident was, but to my understanding, a certain phantom was discussed with guards on the palace wall. This may have been the beginning and possibly the cause of Hamlet's mental downfall. Additionally, a fellow physician of Denmark has discussed another option with me. In the past couple of months, he has studied Hamlet's movements carefully, and he believes Hamlet may have been faking madness. Why, we cannot know. His eyes did not hold the conflict that I see in many troubled patients at the palace. However, I do not believe any man could fake the level of insanity that Hamlet displayed.
Yes, that's it. He was feigning madness. It was all a part of his plan. I know this. He told me it was so. He need to. It was for his own good.
You say he told you. Did he perhaps mention why he would have been feigning madness?
Indeed, he felt it would buy him time. He told me everything, you know. We were the closest of friends, Hamlet and I. We shared everything with each other. Oh, Hamlet. I misunderstood Hamlet.
No, that is entirely impossible given the circumstances. Hamlet was most definitely a madman in the most serious sense. Continuing with my theories, our traveling doctor in town recently shared another opinion with me. The madness of Hamlet may have always been present. He believes that our minds do not always show all that is hidden within them. When Hamlet's mother, dear Queen Gertrude, married King Claudius, who was the brother of former King Hamlet and father to Hamlet, the madness in Hamlet's mind may have been unlocked to reveal his craziness within. This is the theory I find to be true, for the actions that took place after the mourning of our king were inappropriate and devastating to the royal family.
I cannot even imagine the horror of which Hamlet was put through. Horatio, just because we say Hamlet was mad, it does not mean we do not still think highly of him, or of him being a good prince. You cannot argue with the doctor's theories, though. All signs point to his madness being true.
Tainted! Your minds are filled with lies and deceiving. The fact that both of you, of such high ranks, believe the madness to be not true at all, simply proves my point further. Hamlet was not crazy. I tell you, listen! Do not speak. Listen!
We will listen, but we cannot promise to agree with what you may say. Please, Horatio, share your mind.
Earlier, you commented on Hamlet seeing a ghost. This is the truth. It was in fact the ghost of his father, the deceased King Hamlet. It was through this encounter that Hamlet discovered the truth of his father's death, that it was murder by the hand of King Claudius. Like any nobleman would, Hamlet began to plot his revenge. My Hamlet, he needed time. His heart was filled with emotions that he could not keep control of, and he needed time to plan the perfect plot for revenge. He also needed to stay in the castle, where he could be with Claudius. Putting on a performance of antic disposition allowed good Hamlet the means to achieve his goals. You cannot tell me his logic is flawed. Hamlet's decision to fake insanity makes much sense in this context. Do you not agree?
I will say that what you say makes sense, but is there truth in your words? I cannot say I believe that what you say to be true.
His madness also helped find the truth about Ophelia.
Ophelia, what business did Hamlet have with her?
Love, sir.
Love? Ophelia was as mad as Hamlet.
Oh, sure. Her too? Of course you would say that. You scoundrel, you dare not take away the passionate love which Hamlet had in his heart for the beautiful Ophelia. And she once cared for Hamlet, but her wretched father, that beast Polonius, forbade her love. And for that reason, she too had to fake her insanity.
Surely you cannot believe what you say is true. Your theory on Hamlet, it can be understood with a certain frame of mind, but do not embarrass yourself further with these foolish ideas about Ophelia. You, sir, are correct in my opinion. Ophelia was mad indeed. I saw her myself, although I did not need to study her as closely as Hamlet to know that she was mad. Hers had fair roots, though, after the torment of Hamlet's treatment of her, and the murder of her father by a man she once loved. It is understood that she might go slightly insane.
Pardon me, Doctor, but she was more than slightly insane. I was there when she sang her songs and gave away the flowers of her mind. She hung on to my belt. In a frantic morning, she stumbled about the room, chanting nonsense, and to take her own life. She had a broken brain with a broken heart.
Why do you both jump to assumptions so quickly, and again with no reason? Doctor, you say you studied Ophelia's behavior. Did you not see the method and sense under all that nonsense? The songs, the chants, the talk, it all had meaning, did it not?
Well, yes, possibly. If you could give me better examples, maybe I could understand.
The songs! I can hear her singing still. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, and all the morning bedtime, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose, and donned his clothes, and up the chamber door. Let in the maid, let out the maid. Never departed more. By St. Charity, alack, and fee for shame. Young men will do it, if they come to it. By cock they are to blame. Can you not see the battle? St. Charity, who died, refusing the men before her? Ophelia, she tells us what happened to her. The girl in the song she sings, she has initiated action with men. St. Charity would never dare to dream of doing such a thing. The girl, so bold, so brave, so foolish, laying herself out for men, and Charity, so secluded, not to be touched by men, such opposite extremes.
So, do you mean to tell me that she lost her mind because she regretted what she did with Hamlet?
Men! It was men! In song we know so well. The second verse, note the change. Ophelia is criticizing the girl of which she sings about in the song, as well as the brutality and callous of men to women.
This would make sense, but even so, couldn't it be true that although there was method, there was still madness?
Fools do not fall into the same trap together. Horatio, how can you explain the scene put before people of the palace in which Ophelia was giving away the flowers of her imagination? There's a rosemary, that's for remembrance. Pray you, love, remember. And there's the pansies, that's for thoughts. There's fennel for you and the columbines. There's rue for you, and here's some for me. We may call it the herb of grace o' Sundays. Oh, you must wear your rue with difference. There's a daisy, and I will give you some violets. And they have withered when my father passed away. They say, a made good end. That girl was crazy, with undeniable certainty. Horatio, now it is turn for you to give me reason.
Do not insult me, my rash man. I will give you a reason that you can believe as you like. Ophelia was giving away her flowers. I have heard gossip that it was her deflowering herself in public. As we know, she and Hamlet were in love. And combined with the song she so beautifully sang, perhaps she did a regretful deed. Or perhaps you can find meaning in the reason for each of the flowers. She gave away to each what was needed or deserved. Rue to Claudius and herself for sorrow and repentance. And she says herself, rosemary is for remembrance. Fennel means flirtatiousness. Columbine means deception. Another thought is that she is garnishing her deceased father, Polonius, his grave, to make up for the dear man never having a proper burial. A sadder idea is that Ophelia is trying to take back time with the giving away of her flowers. She wishes to return a day when she was innocent and wholly beautiful.
Horatio, I hear your theories, and I find sense in many of the ideas which you speak. I cannot say I do not believe she was mad, for I still find the signs to be true, but I see the other reasons behind her insanity to be much deeper than I so believed. Ophelia was not always mad. She became so after many terrible events.
I admit, I too find sense in your reason. I give my apologies.
As you should. Now, I'm tired of all this talk. Bid me farewell, as I should mourn my Hamlet and my friend. On my own.
Horatio, we will go, but please take note of what we say. We cannot know the truth. It is too late for that. But do not mourn for the wrong reasons. Farewell, dear Horatio. Come, sir, let us take our leave.